Yo, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, y'alls. Hello, Aaron. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We've had a busy weekend. We have had quite the weekend, chat. Pickles in the background, yep. How we doing, guys? We got Felice with us today. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, I hear an echo.
Here we go.
Hold on, let me make sure.
That was me.
Sorry, I don't know. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello,
No,
guys.
someone asked why you had a busy weekend. Well, I think, yeah. Let's see. Oh no, TikTok.
Yeah, I'm going to let more people get in
Well,
here first before I kind of
yeah.
let y'all know what's going on. If anyone needs context for why I had a busy weekend, I uploaded a video yesterday, and if you guys haven't watched it, I would take this time real quick to go watch it. I think it's like a 5-minute video. If you guys haven't watched it, there is a, yeah, there's a video we uploaded yesterday, and it addresses some of the drama that's kind of been going around in some of the communities here on Debate Talk, and it has nothing to do with the Unfuck America tour. By the way, I know you guys are probably sick of hearing that, so it's nothing to do with that. It has something to do with something else, and I basically wanted to take a day out of my time to address some drama and try to clear my name and set those facts straight, or at least give y'all my side of some stuff that's going on, and give y'all an opportunity to make your own decisions on uh, what you guys believe or whose side you're on or whatever, you name it. And Felice is here to corroborate some of the details and just kind of set the record
I'm
straight on a few things.
I listen, this is how I'm not here to no one needs to take a side in anything. Like I validate everyone's experience in this. Like I validate everyone's feelings. Like I just want to be clear. This is in my perspective has I'm not here to take anyone's side. I just happen to have, the entire month of December had sort of I'm just going to tell you what my firsthand experience was basically. But again, no one needs to take sides, the truth is the truth and I think it's pretty simple. I'm just what all I want to do is just say like, "Hey, these are the things that I witnessed." But again, like I validate everyone's feelings. Like breakups are hard. It sucks to experience them. Like I support Daisy and I validate her feelings, always have from day one. Also consider, I mean, I did for a long time. I always considered Daisy a friend. Like I met Pickles and Daisy at the same time. So again, I'm not this is less about sides to me and more just about, hey, like I think I have a unique perspective on this and I just want to say my truth. And also, furthermore, I do want, because what I understood is just that, maybe as far as in the comments of a live that was going on, it was kind of being said like, oh, well, Felice has never spoken on this or doesn't, just blindly supports Pickles. And I think anybody that knows me, like I used to be a historical researcher. I always do my own research. Like I did an independent investigation on Pickles. So that I sorry Pickles, now you know. But yeah, like I don't ever just blindly support anyone. I investigate myself. Like yeah, like that's I mean that's why I'm essentially here. It's just to talk about my firsthand experience, but also to validate everyone. Breakups are literally effing horrible. So like I validate everyone's feelings in the experience.
Yeah, thank you. So, um, I guess it would probably just be appropriate for me to just go over the video. I could probably just play the video for those of you who haven't seen it. I uploaded a video yesterday and it kind of lays out some drama. It has nothing to do with politics, guys. If you guys are here for politics and debates tonight, I am so sorry. I'm not doing that tonight. this is what we were doing. We're addressing some of my stuff, my personal, for my own mental health, and just for the sake of my own
Before
sanity.
you go, can I tell my story of how I met you? Because I think it's a
Yeah,
good way to start. I feel like my entire experience with Pickles is kind of like baked into this, and I do. It's almost, maybe it's more clearing my name because again, I never don't know what's going on. I mean, I feel like if there's as much information as could be gathered on this situation, I independently gathered and then made a determination. But I think this is what's important. Like I met like Pickles reached out to me and asked me to debate with him. I think probably in like end of November or something, like mid-November. And I was going through a really bad time. I mean, if you follow me, like like I'm in therapy twice a week right now. I'm like clinically depressed. So I had a lot going on and I think Pickles reached out to me, asked me to debate, and I was at a point in my life where I was very, very untrusting of other creators on this app, particularly of men. So, like, he asked, and then, like, and that actually it was my mods and things who had watched Pickles lives. I had never seen one who kind of were like, no, Pickles is great. Like, you should talk to him. Otherwise, I probably never would have ever spoken to him. But the first time I got on the phone with Pickles, actually, I ended up being on the phone with Daisy. And the reason that I ever agreed to work with Pickles is because of Daisy. Like, I basically grilled Pickles' girlfriend, and I was like, I don't trust any men on this app. Like, I can't be put in another position where, like, I'm around someone who doesn't have empathy or is going to hurt me. Like, I need like assurances that Pickles is a good person that has empathy. And it was actually like an hour-long conversation with Daisy that convinced me that he was a safe person to be around, right? And on that in that conversation, that was the first time I realized like, oh, Pickles, I'm sorry, like if I'm saying anything I'm not supposed to, it's hard for me to talk about this because a lot of it involves Pickles' personal life.
I don't
So
care. Yeah, you
if
can say whatever.
okay, yeah, because I don't ever like I don't want to share something that's like yeah if I'm like sharing too many personal things like just drop me or say stop. But anyways, on that call, right, was when like I kind of realized, oh, Pickles and I probably both are clinically depressed. Like it was made clear that Pickles used to be a kind of big time gamer on another platform, that he made a lot of money doing that, and that he had had a nervous breakdown, basically, like complete and total, was not able to make money that way anymore. And like, hello, that that recently happened to me, and very similar situation. Like I had been abusing alcohol like way too complete and totally way too much, and had to like get that under control and then basically kind of start my life over again. So that was like the immediate connection that I had with Pickles. He was newly sober, had serious mental health issues like that we shared, and we're kind of like climbing our way out of, like learning to be sober and communicate and all of that stuff. That was like why I felt close to him. And, like part of my conversation with Daisy was like, hey, have you guys ever broken up? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, did he hurt you? Like, did he cheat on you? Did he abuse you? I mean, this was like, she probably was like, what is wrong with this? But literally, that's what I was doing. Cause I was like, I cannot be around another creep. Like, you just need to tell me right now, like, if he did something wrong. And she's like, no, even when we broke up, it was because he had a nervous breakdown. Like, we never fight. Like, like we don't yell at each other. Like, I mean, literally, she sold me on Pickles. And that's why I was like, okay, like, if a woman will say this and say, like, no, even in the worst case scenario, which was our breakup, like, there was never any yelling, like, everything was okay. I was like, okay, cool. I also told Daisy at that time, which I'm just saying this for me, like, one of the things I said to her was like, listen, I know it's hard to like date creators. I'm an SA survivor. Like you never have to worry about me like trying to hit on your boyfriend. Like it's nothing like that. Like I'm just here to work, and like I reassured her in that and said, like, I have his back, but I also have your back. Like we're cool. And that's as far as like that went. I started working with Pickles. And again, Pickles, stop me if this ever gets too personal. After probably like the first or second time Pickles and I debated, like We didn't know each other personally, but I felt bonded to you. I don't know how
Yeah.
you felt about it, but I did, just from what I had heard about you. I knew, like, oh, this is a person I might need to be there for. Pickles called me, I think, at like maybe 5 a.m. in the morning, sobbing. Like, and I like, it's important to note, because I want to say this again. I still consider myself a friend of Daisy. I support her and I validate all of her feelings in this. Breakups are horrible. I validate her feelings. Um, but Pickles called me sobbing, not saying bad things about Daisy, never said a bad word about Daisy to me. That's all I can say. All I know of my conversations with Pickles were what he said to me. I have never heard Pickles say a bad word about Daisy. As a matter of fact, he's more of a self harmer. So we have that in common. It's like Pickles would call me sobbing, which is not a normal thing. Well, it is to me. I was like, okay, we could both cry on the phone together. Like, what are we crying about? I wouldn't even know what he was crying about. He would be crying for hours. That's what, just crying, like, to the point where I would be like, hey, I have to go. Like, do you want me to, like, call your mom or something? And she can sit with you. Like, that's how concerned I was, like, about this, because I realized, like, oh, he's clinically depressed, not unlike me. This is like something we have in common. Like, the month of December was pretty much Pickles and I keeping each other alive. I want to stress again, I never heard him say a bad word about Daisy, but he was like, Felice, I'm waking up just with tears like running down my face. He's like, I don't know if sorry, I feel like crying talking about this. I don't know if I'm crying in my sleep or what's happening. And I said, I think you're depressed. Like, I'm worried about you, And he had shared with me that his year of sobriety was coming up. And like, I know how hard it is to, like, sorry, face reality when you get sober. It's like all the things you did when you were drinking, like doing those things sober becomes super hard, like even dating. So, like, when Pickles was sharing with me, like, how he just didn't feel normal, he felt like, like an alien, like he was messing up his own life, like he couldn't love Daisy the way she needed to be loved, like he was completely blaming himself for all this. Like, I felt like I understood, right? And there's nothing you can really do about that. Like, something similar happened to me when I got sober. Like, the person that helped me get sober, our relationship ended. Like, because, just who I was before, I changed. And like, because of my like SA situation and trauma, like I could not have anyone touch me. Like, I still have never had sex again since I got sober. Apparently I was only able to do that when I was out of my mind. Like, that's how traumatized I was. So I'm very empathetic to what Pickles was going through, because I have experienced it. And like, I just want to say, like, Daisy, if you're listening, and sometimes maybe that seemed like I was super focused on him and I didn't care about you, but I did. And if he had been like talking S about her or doing anything that in my mind was like abusive, then I would have said something, right? Like, the only thing I did on these calls was just say, like, hey, does Daisy know about all this? He's like, yeah, that's why she's supporting me. And that's why, sorry, I know I'm monologuing, Pickles, but I just feel like I need to get this out or I'm going to burst into tears. So, so that's why, like, I would check in and I'd be like, hey, I just think it's super important that you're communicating with not just me, like, because first of all, I don't want to be the only person that knows how sad Pickles is in case anything happens. And that, also that Daisy understands what's going on, like how severe the depression is, because I saw it as like, we need multiple people to be keeping an eye on Pickles. Like, he was very clearly wasn't sleeping, wasn't taking care of himself. And I was very, very concerned about how this could end, because I've been like that. I was worried about it relapsing, coming up on a year, like the amount of stress he seemed to be under, like everything. So yeah, that's what I was doing during the month of December, was just encouraging Pickles to talk to as many people in his life as he could and communicate, right, about how he was feeling, right? And then essentially Pickles called me one day and just said, hey, like, I'm breaking up with Daisy, and I was in utter shock. And I was just like, yeah, just, you need to communicate, like, over communicate, call your mom and communicate, like, just make sure you have people around you who are supporting you, and communicate with Daisy, and that's that's essentially like and that's pretty much all. We didn't talk much that day, but that's the only way I knew to support him. Also was supportive of Daisy, but then things began to essentially deteriorate. And I just when I say I did my own investigation, I thought long and hard is like, is there any way possible that I don't know something about this situation? That the person that I see Pickles being, maybe there's a chance he's not that person, and maybe there's more information. So I listened. Daisy was doing lives, and I was listening, just and like making sure, like, is he telling me? And I told Pickles this many times. I said, listen, if something comes out, if you hurt her, if you abused her, like, I will cancel you myself. So you need to, like, if something like that happened, tell me now. Like, you don't seem like that type of person. As a matter of fact, and not to diagnose Pickles, if anything, if anyone's wondering, the way that this broke down is, if anything, Pickles is so nice that he does not want to hurt anyone. So it's very hard for him to like say anything that he feels is going to hurt another person, especially someone he loves. And like to the point where he will make himself physically sick over it. That was what it seemed like to me. But again, that's why I listened to all of Daisy's lives, because I was like, if there is abuse of any type, I need to know about it so I can hold him accountable, you know? And I listened up until the point where I started getting messages that at that point, I think there was confusion about why their relationship had ended. And it like, you know, I was getting messages that at that point, you know, that I was being S shamed, and it was being, and again, I'm not accusing Daisy of anything. Like, I support Daisy, and I don't even know if she directly said anything. I don't think she did. I think it was either being implied in a live by someone else who was on the panel, or people in the comments were essentially saying, you know, floating the idea of, oh, maybe Felice and Pickles are together. And like, if you know anything about my life, I was raised by a malignant narcissist, and there was constant like S shaming when I was a child and being SA'd, like I was S shamed about it. So that is like a big trigger for me. And this was on December 31st, like one day from Pickles' 1 year sobriety. I basically had a nervous breakdown, made Pickles listen to me cry for like 2 hours. And I was just like, hey, I need to support you from afar, because I cannot, you know, this is too much for me at that point. And so, you know, and then if you want to pick up the story, Pickles, and then like I can help. But like at that point was when I had to check out. And when, oh wait, no, and I missed a big part. Hold on. And just to go back on that first call when I met Daisy, one of the other big parts of that call was Daisy and Pickles explaining to me, like, hey, we need to let you know that if you work with Pickles, there's something that comes along with that. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, Pickles has a stalker, but a real stalker, like not. And I could say, because I have a lot of men that harass me on the internet, and there's like levels to that, right? Of, I would say, severity of how serious and how determined someone is. Like, and, you know, they made it very clear that this was not a joke, that this had been going on for years and years and years, that the police were involved, and that everyone that came around Pickles essentially was also stalked. And I had just, like, I get a ton of harassment on the internet. So I actually was very concerned about that. And Daisy kind of explained to me that how she had been drawn into it, how this woman was actually directly harassing her. And that did end up happening. Like, as a result of me doing lives with Pickles, like profiles were made or something, you know, whatever. I don't even know, because I don't care. But you know, I was drawn into it and essentially harassed. And that would be like the only moment in this whole thing where I can't support Daisy was when she, you know, reached out to Pickles Stalker and started providing him with, or her with, things to torture Pickles with. That, and that's where, you know, I was like, this is a shade too far, essentially, because we are all very scared of this person. And believe me, if you had more information about it, everyone should be. Like, this is not a joke. Like, we're all in danger. So I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, because it's not my story to tell, but I
Yeah,
just wanted to say from my perspective what happened.
yeah, thank you so much for saying all that. I wanted to just do this. So we have a few hundred people here, and I figured what I would do is just play the video really quick. It's going to take a few minutes, and I'll just do it here. This is my most recent upload. It's if you've been following me for a while, you can y'all hear this? Probably know that I'm drama-free and that I usually keep my cool. But there's something that I want to address that's kind of hit a boiling point for me. Over the last couple of days or months, you might have heard some rumors about me that may not have painted me in the best light. This is something that I've been dealing with daily that goes back almost 4 years ago. Before we get started, I got to give you guys some background on who I am and what I used to do. I used to be a gaming content creator over on Facebook. I live streamed a game called PUBG Mobile, and I had over 500,000 followers. With an audience this big, there's obviously going to be one or two weird people amongst them. And one of those people, her name was Catherine. Catherine and I exchanged Snapchat usernames. I soon decided that this was not something I wanted to pursue, being that this person was on the other side of the country. She also had kids. I wasn't really looking for something like that. I eventually got into a relationship with someone local to me, and this is where things got strange. Catherine immediately started taking to the internet and posting pictures that I shared with her on my own social medias, trying to do her best to get a reaction out of me. And that's when I decided to cut all communications with her and decided she's probably not somebody I want to associate with anymore. And my intuition was correct. She ended up being somebody who was persistently calling, texting, emailing, and pursuing me on all of my social medias over the course of 3 years. And I still have no idea what her goal is, but I do know what she's achieved. Eventually, this became something that I had to warn people in my life about, including my coworkers, relationships, my close family, that Catherine might eventually reach out to them and try to contact me through them. This eventually took such a toll on my mental health that I turned to addiction and started living a very dysfunctional lifestyle. With a mixture of my alcoholism and paranoia of interacting with my stalker, I eventually saw my gaming career come to an end. Daisy was kind enough to offer me a place to live in her apartment until I got back on my feet. This was, of course, after I'd already been sober for a few months and decided I need to turn my life around. Eventually, I started streaming political content here on TikTok on this channel, where I found a new passion and possibly a career to get me back on my feet. Months into my sobriety, I came to the conclusion that we were probably just not compatible. And over the course of a few months and a few fights, I decided it was time I go live on a friend's couch and eventually just try to find my own place. Shortly after Daisy and I broke up, I started reaching out to people who I had harmed through my alcoholism, and one of which was an ex who, in reaching out to make amends, it reignited our connection. During this time, Daisy decided to take to TikTok and go live every day, seemingly all day, and air out our dirty laundry and tell people things that mostly weren't true. Things such as that I owed her money, or that I mistreated her in any sort of way. And Daisy went on to say things that were complete lies, such as that I never paid any bills. But right here are screenshots of Daisy and I's relationship via Cash App and Venmo, showing me paying multiple bills over this time period, including bills for my dog to see the vet hospital that she works at, as well as electricity, food, you name it. I want to take this time and emphasize the fact that I'm very grateful to have had somebody in my life to help me get on my feet, and when I was in a time of need, give me food and shelter. But considering her actions in trying to steal my dog and to make friends with my actual stalker, and Daisy eventually goes to share pictures of me in my underwear to my stalker, which she then turned and used AI to impose a bottle of wine in my hand and then email it back to me multiple times. Mind you, this is the same stalker that threatened to unalive my dog and physically harm Daisy. The same stalker that Daisy has been claiming to have been harassing her as well over the last few years. This same woman who was arrested last November on felony charges of breaking and entering and battery of an elderly person. I decided it was best to go no contact, and even as far as to just leave about 90% of all of my belongings in her apartment for her to just throw away. After all, she was conspiring with her friends to literally steal my dog. So I even had to go as far as to say that I would get the sheriff to come open the door if she wouldn't let me get my dog, which I have had for 12 years, and she's only lived with for under 1 year. It's been roughly 5 months since all of this started, and my goal was to keep this drama to myself and to let this blow over. But this has been dragged out all the way until today. And I can't stand to watch people on the internet listen to someone else lying about me and spreading rumors that are not true, and watching some of my people in my community go away based on complete lies. The last thing I want to do is deter my community and the people on TikTok from believing women. At this point, I just thought it was time for me to share my side of the story so that y'all had all of the facts. I wish absolutely no harm to anybody mentioned today. I am all too familiar with cyberbullying and hatred that could happen online and the effects it could have on your mental health. I just want a clean slate. I want to cut through the noise, and I want to be able to continue doing what I love. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I'm drama free and that I usually keep my cool. But there's something that I want. Okay, yeah, that's the gist of it, guys. And there's obviously there's more to it. There's so much more, I guess, kind of that I didn't include in the video. That there's details
Can I
that.
interrupt you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the video made me think, I just want to say this. Like, yeah, I did hear from some people that were like, well, Pickles has never addressed this. Yeah, I honestly want to take a little bit of responsibility for that because that was honestly my advice in a way. I just want to reiterate, I validate Daisy's feelings. Like, when you abruptly feel abandoned and used by someone and they were there one day and gone the next, I validate all of her feelings, and I just like, I didn't want it to be like a huge back and forth. And my advice to Pickles essentially was like, just, like, don't make this worse. Also because of, the stalker, because it's just impossible to know what someone will do. And we were literally scared at that point. So I just said, like, hey, like, it's going to go away. And to be clear, like, even like, I'm on Pickles panels like once or twice. We don't talk as much as we used to now that Pickles is not in the danger zone. He's much more stable, which is good news. So it's not like it was in December when I was literally, sitting with him while he cried for hours. So I didn't even understand that this was continuing. Like, I didn't understand this was continuing until yesterday. I thought that this was completely over. Like, months. I'm not laughing, like, it's not funny. It's just, I have been diagnosed with PTSD, so if my reactions ever seem weird, I'm supposed to tell people that is why. Like, it's like dark humor that comes from trauma. But yeah, I honestly thought this was over, and I wanted to give Daisy the space to feel, because like I said, like, I'd be upset too. I'd be feeling all the feelings, probably be yelling things online too. So I just thought it was better if, like, no one mentioned any of this, and it would be safer in the end for all of us if we didn't talk about it. But then, like, when I heard that it was continuing, and that again, like, I was kind of being accused of not caring, like I said, I investigated Pickles myself. I screamed at Pickles and he still didn't raise his voice at me. Like, I made him show me all his text messages, in any way that I could investigate this and figure out if there was any abuse involved, if he had ever done anything that would give me pause, that would make me need to cancel him. I was going to do it myself. I just never found any evidence. And that's the truth. And again, if tomorrow evidence pops up, like, I'll Pickles. Well, the reason I like Pickles is because he can take accountability, and he's demonstrated that to me several times. But I also will still hold him accountable. I'm not saying Pickles is perfect and will never mess up. I'm saying he's not a malignant narcissist who, in my, like, that I have discovered, has abused anyone. And so you never see me doing things like this or saying things like this, but because I was so involved and I investigated it so thoroughly, I just feel like, first of all, I want to demonstrate that, yes, I did care, and I did look into this, and I did scream at him, and I did say, like, if you've done anything wrong, I'm going to find out and I'm going to hold you accountable. Like, I did look into it. I don't want to be associated with anyone on the internet, and people who listen to my lives know that. I am constantly saying I will not vouch for anyone online, because time and time again, I have been shown that I can't trust anyone online. So I'm not saying believe everyone and never, but take everything with a grain of salt, right? As my therapist would say, I'm in therapy twice a week. I have to learn something. Trust is a spectrum, right? But I am saying that in every interaction I've had with Pickles, he has been a person that has demonstrated empathy and that he is the opposite of reactionary and abusive. As a matter, he's a self-harmer who curls up inside himself and gets silent. So I think that's important to mention. And then the other thing I just want to address really quick, and maybe you have something you want to say after, is I do not like, I feel like the big thing when I listen to Daisy's lives, which I get, like, if you feel used, validate it, right? Like, but when I had to, like I said, the reason I felt so connected to Pickles after I talked to Pickles and Daisy on the phone the first time was because I'd been through something similar, like hit rock bottom, was completely out of control with drinking, had to get sober and basically start my life over. So like that exact thing has happened to me. I know how hard it is. And so like for me to say, well, Pickles, you weren't paying any bills for a year, like that would be super hypocritical because like I am still like building a small business and digging at myself out of the hole, you know what I mean, from my like nervous break when I disappeared into South America. So it would just be hypocritical. Also, outside of, let's just say this, outside of my alcoholism and nervous breakdown that I had to overcome, I I also have been in several relationships in my 20s where I paid no bills the entire time. So, like, if, when I thought about that, I was like, it's just a little hypocritical of me to someone who definitely has been a kept woman on many occasions and actually feel like I was the one being abused. Like people were doing that to control me to then like crucify him, who I know this was a situation where he was having mental health problems and was trying to get sober. Like that's my perspective. It's not that I don't acknowledge that. And I validate those feelings. Like when you feel like someone was there and you had them one second and they're gone the next and you feel used, I have been there and I just can't express enough. Like I care about Daisy immensely. I want her to be okay and I validate her. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
done now.
No, yeah, yeah. I feel the same way. And again, like I didn't want any of this to go on the internet. I've been doing streaming and content for almost like 6 years now. And worst case scenario is having like the public look at your personal life and see every little thing that's going on. I would much prefer all of this be private, and it just kind of, I never got a chance to keep it that way. When you start, like, I consider this my job, right? This is my job, and I wouldn't go to one of my ex's place of work and start doing my dirty laundry, telling her coworkers things about our personal life, and that's kind of how see this. It really put knots in my stomach to see people in my community leave, or other content creators look at me a certain way and have me wonder. I wonder if Daisy told them something. I wonder if Daisy's lies got to this person or this whole group of people that and it turns out there is at least one community out there that this is something that they've fostered, and I am a known person that they don't like for reasons that aren't true in my opinion. So I just wanted my chance. It's been driving me absolutely nuts for the last few months. So I just like really wanted to share my side of things, and I didn't want to do it in a way that could just completely attack somebody. I just wanted to present everybody with just the data, the facts, the receipts that I showed in the video. And yeah, I don't want this to be a live bashing any other live streamers. And and again, like in the video, I said we need to, like, I want it, like, I trust all women, right? I don't I don't want to perpetuate some sort of harmful stigma to coming out and saying that somebody could have done harm to you. But in this instance, I don't think what has happened to me was fair.
Well, and I just want to say, from my perspective too, because I tried to listen to everything Daisy said. I don't think Daisy has accused you of abusing her. That I heard. Like, so I just want, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've never heard that.
I don't know. I guess maybe you could say that she claimed I financially abused her or used
Okay, yeah, yeah.
her.
So I
I don't
just,
know.
well, exactly, and that's why I wanted to address that as well, just to say, like, yeah, I've thought about that, and I get feeling used, but also that's why I told the story in the beginning of that call, because on that call, it was like Daisy telling me, "Hey, Pickles has had a really hard time. He had a nervous breakdown. We broke up for a while, but he's an amazing person, and he's like starting a new career and a new business, and I'm supporting him in that." And like, so yeah, like it was, something that she validated, so, and also, like I said, I've been in many relationships where I didn't pay any bills. So you're right, but, and I'm just saying, like, I'm more saying, like, again, I validate Daisy's feelings. Breakups are tough. It's just that, yeah, like, and I said this as well. I also just want to say, because I saw someone say, like, Alina, I support Alina. I think she's an amazing creator. It's very hard to be a woman that debates on the internet. Like, I absolutely support Alina. And I just want to, again, support Pickles with my lived experience, and just say, like, hey, let's just dead this and move on, because unless, which I didn't get to, I know there was a live last night. I didn't see it. I was asleep all night. But like, if I'm saying this very openly, and I've said this to anyone who messaged me about it, if there is any evidence that Pickles did something that's inappropriate, like, absolutely, like, I'm open to seeing it. I just, at this time, and I've asked other people, like, nobody I know has produced any evidence. So, like, I can only go on what I know.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I still maintain I saw a few comments saying like there were instances of possible financial abuse. While I do feel like she has every right to maybe civilly ask me, "Hey, would you be willing to help me out or pay me back for some of the things I did for you?" That's different than just assuming that I owe her something because we broke up and uh, the dynamic between us has changed. I think that's weird, but also I don't think anybody would be willing to deal with somebody civilly after they try to steal your dog or do the other things that I showed you guys she did in that video. I don't think anybody should be willing to deal with them. And again, like I left 90% of my belongings in her apartment just to sever communication immediately because I cared more about my mental health than my financial well-being. And on top of that, this is kind of where I would say this is kind of a low blow and I'm getting dirty or sloppy. But Daisy did offer me even more concessions, even more money. She offered to pay more of my bills when I was breaking up with her. She offered to pay for me to go to counseling. She offered to do even more than she was. And I said no. So for her to come out and say that I abused her or took advantage of her, I think is very disingenuous. I think it's, in fact, I think it's kind of horrible. Yeah.
I do. I mean, I think the best thing is the separation. I think that's the healthiest thing for everyone. Yeah, but I think you said it best, and I said that as well. Like, I said very much to Pickles. I was like, if you owe Daisy money, then just pay her money. Like, so again, I think that's a fair, like, what you said is fair. Again, like, if they're, whatever. But that was before, again, the reaching out to the stalker and platforming the stalker. So again, and like, then it was a matter of just, is it safe anymore? But yeah, like, again, I want everyone to be made whole. I don't want anyone to feel used. I, again, validate Daisy's feelings. I can't say that enough. And I just want to say, I did consider this. I have thought about it. I have looked into it. And it's just, at the end of the day, everything, this is it. This is all, there's nothing else to reveal.
Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about in this. If anybody has any questions or anything that you want me to talk about, I definitely don't feel like it's worth bringing her up on this platform. We watched, for those of you who saw it last night, Dan Malek did a really good stream last night. Brought Daisy up, gave her an opportunity to explain herself. In my opinion, did not go well. She said things that were, I feel like, really out of touch, things such as that I deserved to be stalked, that there are things that you could do to deserve to be stalked. I think that's something maybe she needs to go and reflect on. Something that I don't feel like is a stance that would be in the best interest of protecting women or trusting women. I don't know.
No one deserves to go through what Pickles has gone through. Like, and
Yeah.
what I've just witnessed since I've known Pickles. Like, this is not, and like I said, I think stalking's a spectrum. There's people who just make, THRAEATSs, and then there's people that are, I mean, truly concerning. And that's what we're talking about here. This is not a little thing.
Yeah. Can I
I'm
bring up Dan?
scared, and I'm
Oh,
not him.
yeah. Is someone in the box? Oh, Dan. Yeah, Dan.
Hey,
If you want to give your takeaway from the live last night.
um, well, I think you covered it pretty well. I think just letting her speak and hearing her perspective alone kind of showed where where her position was on stalking and how she was willing to justify it and all that. I think it was really a bad look. But the reason I came up, I just wanted to say there were a lot of people asking me if the VOD is available. Normally, my VODs are automatically posted on YouTube afterwards. I did end the YouTube live right before the watching the Pickles video. However, I'm downloading the TikTok VOD right now. So if Pickles wants, I can upload that section of the VOD onto my YouTube and it'll be available.
That would be
But that's
sick.
totally up to you.
That would be awesome. Those I feel like it was
Okay.
a really good conversation to hear. If you guys are still on the fence of maybe figuring out, hearing both sides, hearing Daisy's response when confronted with some of these hard questions, I think it was, I don't know, pretty eye opening.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. The only thing is the chat's not going to be in it because I don't have the chat recorded like normally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all. I just figured I'd ask you first before. I'm downloading it right now, and I'll hopefully have it up tonight.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you. Um. Yeah, everyone W dance for sure. W dance. She really didn't. Yeah, I agree. Wasn't a good look. Where did Fleece go? I don't know. I don't know where she went. Uh, hopefully she's all right. Maybe she accidentally dropped herself or her phone died or something. Uh, people need to chill. And some people are asking why Alina was involved. Guys, I don't mean to bash any other creators right now. I know I posted a meme yesterday that was kind of a jab at Alina. But the only thing I think that I would say Alina's that her involvement was that a lot of this drama and a lot of the lies that Daisy has been spreading have largely gone through Alina's Discord. And I was on Alina's live yesterday, and that's when it kind of felt like it was appropriate to address this publicly after some things that Alina said and some things that our audience were saying about me. It was kind of apparent that all of this stuff was a little bigger than I thought it was. Any update on the dog? Yeah, I have the dog. So she believes women. Yeah, I mean, there's a thing that, like, there's somebody in the chat going, listen, we need to believe women, but I don't think that's an unconditional thing, right? So I have nothing but the proof posted in video format with images of everything that I stated for my side. And then we have somebody else claiming that a different version and saying things such as men deserve to be stalked for X, Y, and Z. And I just don't feel like that's something you get to believe. I think it's just straight up a bad take. And there's the fact that I think the most unforgivable thing is, imagine if the if the gender roles were swapped and Daisy was being stalked and she broke up with me and I went and befriended her stalker of 3 or 4 years, and then I sent her stalker pictures of Daisy that were intimate and fed that stalker images for them to use, and basically validated that stalker's feelings and perpetuated the stalking, agged it on. I think I think objectively, if you're somebody who thinks that's okay, I'm okay with you not being anywhere near me. I'm okay with that.
I would have canceled you my damn self if
Yeah.
if you did something like that.
Yeah, I would lose all support. Yeah. And that's what Daisy did. That's what Daisy did, guys. That's what she did. She gave my stalker pictures of me in my underwear in her apartment, and my stalker, while I was sitting down at dinner, I received multiple emails of this, of me in my underwear with an AI superimposed like bottle of wine in my hand with allegations that I'm not even sober, like all of these weird things, like things that over the course of 3 or 4 years you have trauma and then something like that happens. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, guys. Saturday. Oh jeez.
All right, I don't think I have much more to add this, but I appreciate you bringing me up. I'll have the video up tonight, and I'll message you.
All right. I appreciate you,
brother.
bub. Love you, bub.
Bye.
Can I please address the comments about sending ice to her? Yes, so guys, my mother, but all of my parents, for the record, are MAGA. And my mom is very distasteful. I do not stand behind anything my mom does or says. My mom did send some very tacky text messages to Daisy. And let's be clear, Daisy's parents, her family, they're all legal US citizens. So for my mom to say that was genuinely is racist. For what she said, my mom said that, you know, I hope your parents have ICE visited your parents. That's what my mom said to her, and I condemn that. I do not condone that. That's horrible to say, but those were not my words. And I would say support Daisy through her experience on that. That's not okay. But that's not my stance, and yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, tacky. Yeah, you can't control your parents. Yeah, I did get on to my mom about it. No, Alina's not the stalker. Is there a legal issue here? I don't feel like. I feel like this kind of buttons up the drama. I don't think there's much else to bring up unless anybody else wants to ask questions. That's totally fine. Yeah. And my mom was sticking up for me the best she knew how. Unfortunately, it just wasn't a great way of doing it. What happened with that, guys? For everybody missing context, you can go watch my most recent upload. It's the video with 4,300 views. It's a 5-minute long video. It'll catch you up on the drama. You're welcome to go check it out. And again, also, I don't want anybody to go and take what I've shared here and attack anybody or pursue anybody online, including the people involved in this. Please don't do that. That's not what the purpose of this is. The purpose of this is to clear my name. Yeah, and yeah, I wish I could. For everybody saying take it to court. So there's a lot of problems with this. I have called the police multiple times. I called my local police, and they told me that I need to call the police in Florida, because I'm in Dallas. I need to call the police in Florida to address the stalking. And it's been years, right? So I've been dealing with this for a while. And then I called Florida, and Florida said the other thing. They said, I need to contact my local police. And it just kept going back and forth. I finally got on the phone with the detective after this going back and forth, and I begged this detective, please do something and at least call her, tell her to stop, please. So I finally went down to the station. I gave them my phone, and they made a carbon copy of my phone. I gave them my entire phone. Like all of my personal photos, 30,000 plus photos of my personal life, they know everything about me. I gave them all that in hopes they would take action. I haven't heard anything. It's been over probably a year and a half now since I did that. Nothing has come out of that. And the stalking has continued. Nothing has slowed down. Maybe she went to jail a few times and that's stopped. But when Daisy started becoming friends with her again, I immediately started. I woke up to 13 phone calls one day. So they don't do. Yeah, they don't do. Yeah. And the other thing is, I could do a restraining order, but if she were to break that restraining order, they won't extradite this person from another state for nonviolent crime. So, like, boohoo, she broke a restraining order. What am I going to do now? Send her a bill? Send her a ticket? They're not going to do anything. Yeah. Get a good lawyer. Same thing. I've called multiple lawyers. Apparently, there's just no one that really specializes in trying to pursue cyber stalking or stalking in general, sexual cyber stalk, all of this stuff. It's such a weird gray area, and social media is kind of this thing that laws really haven't wrapped around enough. So there's not much there you can do. I'm sure as a woman, it's even worse. I'm reading some questions in the live. Guys, I'm not going to mute anybody, especially people who are on the opposite side of this. That's what I'm doing this for. It's totally fine. Baby Reindeer. Yeah, dude. You know what's sad is Daisy and I watched Baby Reindeer together. It's incredibly sad. The whole series. Just block them and move on. You can't do that. I've shown you guys, if you watch the video, there's a list of over 1,000 phone numbers that I've blocked in trying to escape this person. I now have 2 phone numbers. I have one shut off all the time, but I have to use it every once in a while to get into two-factor authenticator into a social media account or this or that. They spoof numbers, yeah. You can just get a new number every 5 seconds with Google Voice. How's my current girlfriend? She's fantastic. Does my ex, who's friendly with the stalker, know where I live? No, thank God. I'm sure she's tried to look me up, but no. I've recently moved to a new place. Happy Mother's Day, Sherry. Are you going to take responsibility for anything you did wrong? If you guys can name a thing I did wrong, I would love to address it. Do you ever respond to you always ignore? I'll try. Yeah, guys, for everyone just tuning in, I have a video that I uploaded. It's about 5 minutes long. It's on my TikTok and YouTube. You guys are welcome to go watch it real quick if you guys are trying to tune in. Am I gonna get back to gaming? No, TJ. No more gaming for me. This is what I want to do. I want to do politics, not drama, but politics. Is my life in danger? Would you say that to a woman who was being stalked? Would you say boo-hoo? Wouldn't you say this is drawing out the drama? Guys, this is the only day I want to address this. Tomorrow I will be moving on to better things, but I want my side of this to have its fair presence, like its fair share of presence on the internet. And I feel like my side has had zero representation, and I've had a lot of people building up to this point, a lot of people coming to me or not even coming to me and just leaving my community because of this. So no, I've seen a handful of people that I used to be mutuals with follow me back recently, and it's felt vindicating. That's why I'm doing this. I want people to know that I'm not the monster that somebody out there is saying I am just because they want me to hurt, just because they're hurt. What's my YouTube name? It's in my link tree. It's the same thing. Same thing as here. Is she under the delusion? No, oh my gosh. Have you continued to be so patient with all that going on? I don't know, guys. WFXer? W max dose of effexer. Oh, love the hat design. Guys, I do have hats. If you guys, to cut through the drama real quick, we have hats on my store. This is my new logo. My beautiful girlfriend designed my logo. I love it. I'm trying to scroll up and read comments. They're going so fast, guys. I'm sorry. Effexer's the goat. Yep. Vin the Flaxine, yes. Yeah, you guys know. Why did Policeman Dan join? I don't know. You've helped thousands of people, educated many. You're amazing. Thank you. Gosh, there's so many chats, guys. You guys are chatting so fast. I love y'all. And if you guys, I usually don't. I don't know. I don't. Is it appropriate to ask you guys to tap the screen during a drama line? Did I pay my girlfriend for that logo? No. There's the grift. Dan, shut up. You need to print your logo on some Carhartt t-shirts. Yes. Can I get the logo in a different color? We might do a few different colors. This was just the first thing we threw together after we finished and decided on the logo and finalized it. Does she own the copyright? No. If you guys filed the fucking copyright for this, I'm gonna be so mad. African raid, yo! Hey, from the old PUBG days. What's up, Beth? 99% positive if you aren't talking about me, but if so, I've been struggling a lot lately. No, I don't think so. Yeah, my girlfriend offered to do it. Trying to gauge the level of crazy we're dealing with. She knows you don't want her, and she still. I don't know if it's like that mile at 1 mile. I don't think it's like that. I feel like the person who is hurt is trying to hurt me, and I don't feel like that's a conscious decision. I think that's just somebody acting out and trying to deal with their feelings in a way, and it might not be the healthiest way. I don't think. Yeah. Did he offer to pay you? Dude, this is wild. Babe, do you want me to pay you? She said no. Yeah. Pay away. I don't know. Come on, y'all. You're being accused of using the last girlfriend and you just used the new one. Wild.
No, he didn't. Thank you. I'll speak for myself. Goodbye.
It's a real stretch, guys. It's a real stretch. If you guys, I'll go into that if you want me to. So I have the receipts of my Venmo transactions and my Cash App transactions with my ex-girlfriend. The transactions, like the final numbers on the relationship between me and her on Cash App is over the course of 4 years, she's sent me $400 historically. I've sent her $8,000. I have taken her on 2 all-inclusive vacations where she didn't even have to buy as much as a bottle of water. One of which to Disney World, the other one to Washington and Seattle. And then she went on to go on multiple vacations without me when we were together. Just solo vacations. And I've never made her pay for dinner when I was making money. I've never made her pay for a single thing. I've opened every door for this person. And while that's really none of anyone's business, I feel like it's worth mentioning. If you feel like I'm actually somebody that's like that, even when I do have money, like that's bullshit. It's bullshit. I think it's unfair. When I couldn't pay for myself, yes, my ex paid for. I mean, would you pay for somebody, like for your significant other to eat or to live under a roof when they were financially hurt? I would. I wouldn't expect anything in return. If they didn't want to be with me 9 months after that, 9 months into that, I wouldn't send them invoices asking for money back. And that's what has happened. It's kind of fucking wild. Keeping the score is unhealthy. Yeah. Keeping the score is insane to me. Yeah, it hurts when people leave. $400 versus 8,000 says enough no matter how much time has passed. Yeah, sure. Not to mention, I have other receipts of how I've paid her throughout the time I was living with her. Like literal things that said electricity, my dog food, my food. Like for her to pretend like I just completely rolled over her and made out like a bandit, it's actually kind of wild. And it's tacky. And she's been caught lying in multiple different instances now. And I think it's worth considering that she might be lying to you. Am I in any form of therapy because of this situation? I was in therapy in early January, throughout January and February, and it's expensive. And I was in BetterHelp, which is actually also really shitty. And my first therapist that I went through was MAGA, so I had to find a new one and then start the process all over. Maybe when I have more financial stability, when we know whether or not we're gonna have this app for the foreseeable future, then I can start maybe playing with that again. MAGA therapist is wild. Where do we find her? Don't do that. I don't. You guys don't need to do that. You don't need to find her. You can go watch my video and see. I've blocked out her face for a reason. I'm not doing this so that you guys go and dogpile on her or cyberbully her. If anything, I ask you the action you take maybe is just distance yourself from her. I wouldn't take any actual action. I requested my $20 back from Mr. Jones. I stand by that. He tricked me. You know what? That's fair, Emily. Fuck him. And it doesn't support you. You should pick yourself. Yeah, wild. Why do I always look sad? I don't know. Sorry. Rich poor raid. No way. Shut up. Really? Joner in the house. Love it. That's just his face, bro. Chill. Chill, chill, chill. Why did I leave 90% of my stuff at Daisy's house when I left? When she was threatening to sue my dog, steal my dog, I cut off all communication with her. So while she could have literally just like, there was probably $10,000 worth of furniture, like nice stuff. She could have done something with it to recoup some of the money. Instead, she made social videos, social posts about throwing it away. But yeah, I went 100% no contact after she tried, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not okay when someone tries to steal my dog. If I were to see that person in real life at that moment, who knows what could have happened. Not good for me.
Wow, she sued your dog. Wow, she took Pickles to court. She did that. She took him to court and she sued him. He was in court, and it was tremendous. Okay, that's all I had to. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. I want to let everyone know, by the way, Liam is or not Liam. We were saying Liam right earlier. Pickles is saying this earlier, and I want to emphasize this, that we're back to normal programming tomorrow. We just have to clear everything and make sure everyone's chill, make sure everyone's safe. And if anybody doesn't feel safe, you can always message me or any of the other admins in our Discord or on our TikTok. You know, just let us know. So doesn't matter what side you're on, by the way. I stood by that for a long time before stuff kind of went down. Doesn't matter what side you are on. If you do not feel okay, just message me or message any of the mods and we will help you. So anyways, I'm gonna go fucking, I don't know, I'm gonna do something, but I don't know.
Couldn't wait to see the dog. You guys are insane.
Pickles as Pickles' paw year, I just want to say she is innocent of all charges. There is nothing that dog has ever done wrong. I'm being her paw year, not a lawyer. Get it? That's a fucking dad joke. Not my bad. I'll go. I'll see myself out.
I love seeing all the other creators supporting you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for all the gifts. I'm also getting cash donate. I don't feel like this is a good time to shout out my cash donations, but thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Thank y'all for all the support, the moral support, all of the types of support. Pretending to be safe space, cute. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, if you find yourself being a stalker apologist, you know, I really don't care what criticisms you have of me. Do I actually like Pickles? I do. I do. Former President Barack Obama raid. Is Pickles trying to scam people? What are you talking about, bro? Pickles must be packing heat. Not true, chat. I won't perpetuate misinformation. Uh-oh.
She needs to answer to all the people. She said, I'm sleeping. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Tic Tac, for representing me. Good night.
What's my favorite pickles? Any sort of spicy pickles. Any sort of pickles. That's a lawsuit victim, yes. My dog has had it real rough. Real rough. Get it? Get it, chat? Okay, I'm fine. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Double standards. Not spicy. Sorry, you just lost school points. Guys, by the way, I know y'all were worried about me yesterday. I went to a wedding the day before, and on our way back, I know y'all are worried, but we did hit Buc-ee's, and I got roughly 1 pound of beef jerky. And we made it back with beef jerky, guys. Did I get the fudge? No, dude. No. No. I'm not a big on fudge. Not a big chocolate guy. No beaver nuggies? No. No. Woo! It's spicy though, guys. I can only do one bite. Until I get a thing of Tums. One bite at a time, guys. Delgrade again? Caroline Levitt Red. Lived in Texas 20 years. Never been to a Buc-ee's, Gracie? How good's a brisket sandwich? Is good. I went to a Boy Scout stand yesterday and I got a barbecue from the Boy Scouts of South Central Texas. And they didn't use gloves, guys. They did not come prepared. The Boy Scouts is really losing sight of their values these days, guys. They're really, yeah. That's just extra flavor. Yeah, I know. South Central LA would have, oh man. No, not in Texas, guys. Had some good old boys finger licking and handling my brisket in my buns. Debating doesn't get us anywhere. I don't agree. I think helping people deconstruct conservatism is huge. My buttermilk biscuits. Do I ever try debating my parents? It's not worth the awkward holidays. It's not worth it. Although, ooh, I could talk about that today, but I won't. Woof. I did not finish Expedition 33. It is so good. No person who details ever again on here. Pickles is just a Republican on just grifting on TikTok. I would have to be the most truest sociopath ever known. I have to be in those pure Pope Leo Ray W. How's Parker doing? Is Parker still MIA? I switched up, chat. I have two different types. One's jalapeno honey, and the other one is straight up Carolina Reaper. I'm eating the jalapeno honey right now. Say ah, chat. Say ah. Dang, the camera really captures the essence there. See that? How long have you been doing this? An hour? Guys, we the jalapeno is not as spicy as the Reaper, that's for sure. Just bought the hat. Fuck yes, chat. Guys, we have new hats in the store. In my link tree, in my merch store. Get the Pickles hat. I did get my dog back. Okay. Yes. Yes, I will be peeing out of my ass later. This is very spicy. It's very true. It's true. Mitch McConnell raid. I will probably be ending it here soon. Should I do friendlies? Do you guys want to do a friendly moment for a while? Former SCOTUS Justice Soder.
How's it going, bub?
What's up?
Hey, I'm still true on our deal we made months ago.
Are you
I know
still
you probably
nicotine?
are too.
I am.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
yeah,
you
me
the other
too,
day.
because of you, man.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you switched up your lives to be earlier where I'm usually at work, so I don't get to be on you as much, but you're in the background. But yeah, I've been meaning to tell you, I'm still true, man.
Dude, I'm still jonesing. Are you still jonesing?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I
But
think about it all the
time,
time. I think about we both quit nicotine together, chat. We quit nicotine. I was doing Zins, he was vaping. We both quit. Bro. I'm still it calls me.
it does. Finding people who have quit, it never fully goes away, but it does get easier with time. And if you find healthy things to replace it well with, it makes it a little bit easier. It makes you a bit healthier in the long run as well. So we got this, man.
Proud of us, dude. The fuck yeah. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop because my connection is always is shit. But love you, bubs.
All right, love you too, man. Chat, we're doing friendlies right now. If you guys want to pop up, if you want to say something, say hi.
Hi,
We can do that.
Pickles.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm such a big fan. I'm so happy to be up here. Hold on, let me turn on my camera. I actually did my makeup today, so hi.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my channel.
Yeah, I love what you do up here. I would love to get into political commentary. I'm involved with I'm in Virginia, so I'm really involved with the local politics here and protesting with 5150 and stuff. But I also make music, and we just had a benefit show last weekend, and we raised over $2,000, almost 2,500 for the Gaza Soup Kitchen. So I'm really happy
Wow.
about that.
That's
so
great.
awesome.
Yeah. So I just wanted to hop up here and say hi, and I'm a big fan, and keep doing what you're doing, and if you ever want like a queer voice or something up here, let me up. I got a sociology degree, so
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much,
thank
and keep
you.
doing
All right.
freaking awesome work.
Thank you, thank you. All right. I'll jump down. Bye.
Alrighty. Bye.
I just jumped up here because I'm still practicing my fear of speaking in public.
You're always welcome up here, Gracie. You're a
I
staple.
still get butterflies in my stomach.
Me too. Me too.
But you're so good at it, Tanner.
Man, last night I was just pissed. Honestly, I was just pissed. The anger came out. But I mean, no, I I fucking suck at public speaking. I took classes for it, and I still am not good at it. It's a struggle, but
Well, I thought you did a fantastic job last night in sticking up for your friends in the right way. I just want to say, Pickles, I mean, I think you're handling yourself in such a great way. I thought maybe today, like, you would do the exact opposite and not want to talk about anything. So it's great that you're being so open about it.
Yeah, this way I can maybe direct people to this live or on YouTube if they want to hear more about it. That way I don't have to talk about it for 3 weeks.
Right, exactly. And you know what? It struggles. I mean, people have been through situations too themselves and have struggled on how to handle certain situations. And all it does is let us know that we're all human and we all have, our faults and so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
It's good to know that you have people here for you, and Daisy sounds like she has a good support system too. So
yeah. I am so grateful that I have you guys, and especially I feel so much better after seeing everybody come in and be supportive and like validate my concerns. And I don't know, I just feel very vindicated.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank everybody. Thank you all.
Hi, Pickles. I
Hello.
just wanted to let you know I'm a survivor of a stalking. My ex, I left a DV situation, and he stalked me for a year afterwards, heavily.
Oh wow, I'm sorry.
And I turned to schmugs, and I've been clean now for 8 years. So
Wow.
it if you ever need to talk, or if you ever need to vent or anything, please DM me.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
I
you.
support you 100%.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm
so
sorry
much.
that you're going through this. And I'll keep watching because you're my education. You, Hector, and Santana.
Love that. Hector's a new gym. I love Hector. But Santana as well, but Hector's a new find for me too. I love Hector.
Real quick, I just want to echo that. Excuse me, that you have been extremely educational for me, and I am so sorry for what you have gone through and the fact that it has been drug out so publicly, and that you even have to have this live right now to explain it is a little bit insane to me. But I'm also one of those people that's going to be very loud in the comment sections, because I see how everything is unfolding, and I can only see what people allow me to see, right? What people post online. But I respond. I've always said, 100% of my life, I've always said that I respond the way that I'm spoken to. And you, Pickles, have always been respectful. There are other people that have not, and that I have consistently gotten blocked from for asking questions. And I don't think that's fair. So I just want to say thank you for not being one of those people.
I agree, Emily, and I want to apologize as well. That was not me muting you, but somebody was. I don't know who. You can't see, but I was the one who unmuted you twice because I think
It was
everyone's allowed to have
Chris.
opinions. So I think everyone was allowed to have their opinions and questions. So I unmuted you because your opinion's valid and your questions are valid. So I didn't want you to be muted and shit. I'm not sure who it was. I can't tell, which is one thing that I hate about TikTok. If another mod mutes somebody, I wish I could see, but I can't. So
It was Chris over and over, just because he doesn't like me.
I'll keep
I'm
it.
sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get down now. I just wanted to say thank you, and I apologize if anything that I've said in your comment section has been offensive. I support you.
Thank you. I didn't see anything offensive, but thank you for saying that. Thank you so
Pickles,
much.
and I want you to know I adore your face, and I'm really proud of you for sharing your side of everything. I just want you to know that.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Pickles, I just wanted to say thanks for coming out and telling everyone your story, and I'm sorry you're going through all of this. And the take that you are a Republican just grifting for money was pretty wild. I don't think I'm going to get over that one for a while. But have a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
I missed everything because I've taken a step back from a lot of TikTokers, just like for my own mental health for a little bit. There was just you know how the internet drama can be, and I'm proud of you for how you handled the situation when it first came up, and I'm proud of you for sharing your truth now. And I'm always here if you need me. You know that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Love you, Emma, as well. Also, I hope you win your district.
Hats, Pickles. Get me one of those dope hats ASAP.
They're on my merch store.
I just had to quit my part-time job because both my down. Yeah.
If you guys are in Emma's district in Indiana, please vote for her, by the way. Please.
I'm running for Congress next year, by the way.
Oh my God! I definitely will get you a hat. Wear it to the Capitol.
Yeah, I will. I will wear it to the. I'm taking my MAGA potatoes all the way to the Capitol, and I'll wear my Pickles hat first day.
Fuck yeah!
Love you.
I love you guys so much, Pickles. I'm really fucking proud of you. You just keep doing you, babe.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go eat for my Mother's Day. I love you guys. Bye.
Happy Mother's Day. Love you too. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. It's guys. Happy Mother's Day. That should be something I should have said a little more earlier.
You just now thought about this? Fuck,
hey,
man.
I got my Mother's Day stuff out of the way. I'm real bad at social media, guys. I should have posted something in Discord and on my page, but instead, I was up till 4 a.m. in the morning dealing with this, and I'm just like, I'm so out of it today.
You guys
Speaking
will
of
be surprised.
Discord,
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
speaking of Discord, I finally figured out how to work it. How to use the link from here to get to your Discord.
Oh, good.
I finally figured out. So I'm
thank
in
God.
Discord now. So if you need me, let me know. You can drop me.
Absolutely. Got you. What's Pickles getting called out for? I'm not getting called out. I'm sorting out some other stuff. If you guys want to watch my most recent video, it's a 5-minute video. It's explaining kind of what's going on right now. What am I missing in the comments?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's been fucking chaos.
How long is this shipping? They usually make it. I ordered this one. When was it? When did I order this hat? Yeah. Yeah, you can get expedited shipping for 3 days. I got this in 3 days. So depending on what you do, it's probably a week or 3 days. It's not that long. It's not 3 weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah, W Liam in the box, by the way. W Liam.
Fucking Liam. God damn, dude.
The Liam raid came true.
Read the room, Liam. Read the room.
Not the time for your shenanigans.
Let's have a conversation. Liam, what? I can see you. I can literally visualize you with your hands on your hips right now. I can literally see it.
Come on, Pickles. Sorry, Liam, that was mean. I apologize. Easy on Liam.
Here on Wednesday. Oh, love that. Love that. That was a little bit mean. Bring me up. I'll get over it. Liam.
Sorry, Liam. I didn't mean to hear your feelings. I apologize. I do apologize.
I gotta order a hat. Yeah, you guys gotta get your hats, guys. You gotta get your hats. This is my go-to hat now. You'll be seeing it every live. I'm gonna be annoying as fuck wearing it every day because it's my favorite hat now.
I love the letter design. It's sick as fuck. It's super cool.
Yeah, brilliant. Love it. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap up. Are we gonna have a push-up contest? I would lose immediately. Is the hat embroidered? Yes, it's embroidered. Yes. I would lose immediately. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Thank you guys so much for hearing me out. This is gonna be on YouTube for you guys to rewatch if you guys want to. It'll be on my page. Today is the 11th, so May 11th. It's the day that I streamed about dramas. If you guys want to go back and watch it, here it is. Love y'all. Have a good night. Liam, go on, get. Go on, get, Liam.